Hey guys, it's Matt here with MC Welds Official with another video for you today. We're going to be working on the hydraulics trailer today. Basically, there's quite a bit of work to do, as usual, but let me give you the quick rundown. These lights, the wiring to them needs to be re-zip tied and reorganized. This trailer has surround sound for some reason. And I've got another small speaker over there and a subwoofer right there. It was pretty cool back in the day, but that needs to come out now. A lot of job sites that we're going to actually don't even let us play music out loud. So a stick of steel right here, we're gonna build a shelf for my generator to sit on because the plug is right here. So we're gonna put that generator way up there, so that way when I'm turning, my tailgate on the new truck sits about that high. We're gonna measure it and make sure it gets above that. And then it'll be outside and mounted to the trailer, so I can just simply come over here, start it, and then boom, get to work. And it's one self-sufficient unit. It's meant to optimize efficiency and a bunch of other big words to make things good and fast. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do today. We're gonna start out by starting Victoria up and get it moved over there, so that way we can start on the generator platform, which is what I want to do first. Now the generator that we're going to be putting on this thing is a 5 kW Predator, and I picked it up a couple days ago last week. Here's our Predators right here. This is the guy that we're going to be putting up on that shelf. And yeah, that way the exhaust is out of there, the heat's out of there, the noise is out of there. It stays cool, and it's permanently mounted outside. That way I don't have to wheel this thing out every single time. Or I thought about doing a through wall kit, because Gen Exhaust actually makes those. You can have a quick connect fitting on this thing and put it out through the wall. But this eliminates that whole need, and then I'd still have to listen to it inside the trailer. So this gives us more options, and I think it's going to work out a little better. So let's go ahead and get started. And of course, we're going to be using the crane today. That's my favorite part about this truck. It's got the crane. My favorite part about this truck is that it's a single rear axle, single rear SRW truck with a service body, and it's 4-wheel drive. That is cool. With the day cab and the short wheelbase on this thing, I can get this truck just about anywhere and turn it in just about anywhere. So we've got plans for a bigger bumper and that has storage space and spots for outriggers to come out, and then we're going to put a legit crane on it. I'm still pricing out some options. That's kind of on down the road. Might not even happen this year, but we're looking at some cranes, some legit cranes, and even the smaller ones, they're still pushing $6 grand. So we're gonna see. We're getting quotes from other places, but we're gonna see if we can get a legit crane on there, because it'll be nice to have a remote stick, because that thing is a fixed boom. It'd be nice to have a remote stick. So anyway, here's our workspace for today. I'm just now getting set up. And yeah, let's get some stuff done. Today we'll be burning some water with the old Lincoln, doing flux core. Okay, well, this is as far as I've gotten. I was getting ready to build the supports that actually bolt through into the trailer, and then we'd be pretty close to done. But we have a little fuel issue. Valve is on. Gauge says we have fuel. Verified, we have fuel. You can see right down there, we're not clogged on the fuel filter, the interior one. So something's going on downstairs here. Now if you look at this, let me zoom in for you guys. We don't have any fuel in that. There's no fuel. So I'm wondering if this doesn't have enough suck in it, or flow, to go through this. So I'm wondering, you know how that had the red filter on before? Yeah, I'm wondering if it won't suck through this, because I don't think that gravity fed compliant filter. So I guess we are putting a red filter on there. Go ahead and shut the fuel supply off, and then we'll swap filters and see what's going on. Well, it sure is getting warm out here. I had to take my sweatshirt off. It's nice out. Hitting, supposed to be hitting 60s this week, which is pretty cool. Compared to what we've had in the past couple weeks ago. We'll take this. This ain't bad. We're, a couple weeks ago, we were in the negatives with blowing wind and a bunch of snow and everything. Still out working in it, but yeah, glad that see the sun now. So a little bit of progress. I've managed to get my sweet sickety dope surround sound all taken out, and we're gonna move this guy up here, move the shelf up here, and then we're gonna grab this guy and wait a minute. How does that? Oh yeah, that plugs into that. Because this cord is only so long, and I don't want to necessarily just right now. I'll put an outlet right there later, but just right now we're gonna run it up and over. I'm gonna steal this guy, but we got to move that up so our cords for our lights can reach, which is the main reason that's there. And in the other video I did talk about running this in conduit. It is a thing. It's going to happen. Not right now. This trailer has to make money first before we go. You know, we got to do the necessities before we go making the creature comforts available. Just business. That's why. So, where were we? Oh yeah, I got this stupid filter that I put on the welder. I knew better than to try something else. I knew better, but I did it anyway. Let me show you. So this little red guy that I took off the other day, this is a new one, but we're gonna put a new one of these on. I think it's a 20 micron or something. I don't know. It says on there somewhere. Anyway, we're gonna use one of these little red ones. That big one's just, I don't think it's got the right flow rate. So you can see right through, it. That other one, it's a pleated filter. That's a screen. So we're gonna swap it out. Hopefully it'll flow a little bit better. As I'm watching this thing spit and sputtering, you can see right here, there's no fuel. No fuel in it at all. So that's a problem. Now I already have turned the gas valve off. So let's go ahead and get that swapped out. Hopefully get this thing running good. So this time of year, we start getting a lot more inquiries of jobs start coming in. And the smaller ones, I like the big ones just as much as I like the small ones for different sets of reasons. I like the big ones because big money. And I find it a little easier to manage a big job than a, you know, as in a couple month job than a week-long job, but that's just me. You get to play with bigger budgets. You get usually more working room for your profit. I like that. But this truck, what I was getting to is this truck is specifically set up to do small jobs, as in 1 to 2 day jobs. Usually this truck per job is making about 500 to 800 per job is what this truck is specially set up for. It's kind of a weird thing because it's a place where a lot of people start their welding companies or start their welding businesses, and then they go on and then they get into handrail or structural steel, or you know, they'll specialize a little bit and just stick with a particular niche in the industry. But for us, for me, I find it still beneficial to have a whole truck just set up to do smaller work. So we keep, you know, smaller pieces of material here. There's little 1 or 2 day jobs where we can, you know, make a couple thousand in a day or so, depending on how we schedule. It makes it really nice to have that flexibility, and you're not driving a big truck or a big trailer around to every little small thing. Like I was saying, you can get this truck just about anywhere, and I've gotten this truck down downtown alleys, in between buildings, trash dumpster areas, all kinds of places, and then including the muddy hills and, you know, agricultural industry as well. Since this has 4-wheel drive and it's not a dually, we're able to take it into places where usually your typical welding truck would have some trouble. So that's why we're still kicking this thing around. I really do like this truck. This is one of my favorite trucks out of all 3. I like them all, but this is ultimately the one that started it all. So we try to keep it around, and it's nice for it's a nice service, because not everybody needs a you know, even some homeowners. I hate to say it, as much as I am against working for Joe Blow and his freaking riding lawnmower, which is not what we work on with this truck. We're more in handrail repair, equipment repair, stuff like that, you know. The real equipment repair is the big truck, which is in the shop right now. So Boda decided to lose her oil pan. So she's got a big old crack in her oil pan. And I was like, yep, nope. That's the sign. It's time to go to the shop. We can't be riding this thing around. We gotta go get that giant list we got for her all taken care of. I should have her next month, but she's getting a lot of work done, guys. A lot of work done. I'll make another video about going through that truck and showing you all the work that the shop did. It's going to be awesome to have that thing running solid again. It's also going to be a 2-day ordeal to swap over all my tools again. I'm not looking forward to that, but it's got to be done. Maybe I'll have a different set of energy for it, since last time I was taking tools off the truck because the truck was broken. Maybe this time I'll be more excited and looking forward to putting my tools back on that truck. So, since it's fixed and going back to making me money now. So, all right, we got that fuel filter swapped out. Let's go ahead and turn this gas on, check for leaks. Perfect, we're good. All righty, let's fire it up. Gotta put my bolts in there. She's all fully welded, and then we'll mask off the trailer and we'll paint it up real quick. Yeah. Got a deer stand on the front of that trailer. I got my bolt holes drilled. I just put 4 of them. I think 4 will be fine. They're just gonna be 1/4-20s. Let's go ahead and get this thing down. Okay. Now we just need to slap some paint on it real quick and call it good. It's kind of a hack job. The welds are okay, but my angles are off. You can tell it's not centered, see? But, I mean, if this was a customer's project, obviously we'd be going about things a little differently. I don't know. It'll work, you know? It'll work. It'll work out fine. I got these bolted, and how I did it, because I'm by myself today, is I just tack welded the bolt head to the tab, and I went inside and tightened them on up. Yeah, that's sturdy. That's pretty sturdy. All right, let's get some surface prep stuff going on and get some tape going. Tape them on up. Holy smokes. That's what I had in mind. The wind's picking up a little. I know it's picking up on the microphone, but that's what I had in mind. And that looked good. That paint's still a little tacky, so I'm not gonna go grab. Well, it dries. I forget. It's like 60 degrees out. I'm so used to it being like in the single digits to where I paint something and you gotta wait till next year for it to dry. But yeah, man, I don't miss that stuff. It's nice being in warmer temps. Okay, sweet. Alright, well, gotta find the holes. I used to come over. Not that far. Alrighty, look at that. Now, one thing I probably should have done before I threw it up there and tightened all my bolts is I probably should have put fuel in it and put oil in it. But I didn't. It's okay. Ideally, when this thing's behind a vehicle, when we're at the gas station, I'll just stand on the tailgate because I usually have a gas can in the back or an engine drive to fuel up anyway. And I'll just come over here, open that, put the nozzle in, and she's good to go. Alrighty. Not quite sure how much this is going to take. I could read, or I could just pour it in until it's full. Oh yeah. She's got plenty. Perfect. I always, when I'm first starting these engines up dry, brand new, I like to put a little bit more in them. Because there's orifices and stuff in there that haven't really seen oil other than assembly lube. And once you fire it up, you'll be missing just a little bit of oil. And I like to account for that if I can, if I know about it beforehand. So still got a little bit left in there. Got about 8 ounces, something. I don't know. But she's oiled. She's lubed. The next thing before I put fuel in it, since this is a 4 kW or 5 kW run starting, this doesn't have a battery. I want to take this, and I've done it before. I want to take this and turn it down to where instead of pulling out like this, like a lunatic, I just want to choke it, pull it down, let go, run, make sure my gas is on, get to work. So let's change those out. I should just be able to use nut driver. Yeah. Awesome. Let's give it a shot. See, that's so much better pulling down than like that, because if you pull sideways on those, it prematurely wears out your pull cord. And then you're on a job one day, it's 3 in the morning, it's a Sunday, everything's gone to shit, you're tired, you've been running 36 hours, and guess what's gonna happen at that time? It's gonna be that time that string comes off. I'm telling you, I know from experience, it's gonna be at that day, that specific time, when that string pops. So we're gonna do a little preventative action, so that way we don't have to deal with that. Now I will still order another pull cord just in case, because this is pull cord only, or recoil start only. On these guys, it's fine. I usually am just fine with the electric start, but the pull cord's the backup. I still carry the pull cord. Same with the job trailer. I carry an extra one just because. This is no exception. We need to get another one. We need to get one of these in, and that way we have an extra one. Because the last thing I want is to not be able to bill for a service during certain hours because we couldn't get our engine drive started, or our generator started, and it's embarrassing. So we don't want to deal with that. let's go ahead and get this thing fueled up and get her turned on, get her running. Next project or task is going to be, since this is our output panel right here, we're going to have wire going up. Well, maybe it should go down. Yeah, it should probably go down. Go there, down, over, yeah, like that, and then over to there. And that way it's always plugged in. I can just get out of my truck, boom, start, go in here, take my old hose. I'm gonna put a piece of angle right there so I can slap it down, boom, get my length measured, grab my new hose, get my fittings, and then get right to work. So yeah, cool, let's do it. We're gonna go ahead and get our cable wired up to supply our trailer. I got this perfectly good junk extension cord that I got dug out of a job site dumpster that I was working on a couple years ago. It's a 100-footer. The only problem is, because you'll see my meter out and you're wondering what the hell I'm doing with the meter when I'm just wiring an extension cord. Well, this has got a break in it somewhere and I'm not quite sure where. I try to ohm it out and I forget which one is which, and well, which one it is, but hopefully it's not on this end, because we can use this end, and I'll use this. I'll cut little pieces off of it and use it for pigtails on stuff and controller, like low volt controller wire. It's good universal stuff, especially like 12 volt for like lights and stuff. It's all right, works good. But let's go ahead and measure it out and get our plug made. So we've got our section here. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put this to ohms. Yep, we're on ohms. And then I can hit a button. I think it's, yes. So now I can hear. So let's do the white one. What the fuck? Come on. This is not looking good. Guess this is what I get for getting junk in the junk. So it is. Let's try the other one. Let's try ground. Okay, let's try hot. So we're missing our neutral. This is not gonna work. But now that we know that, I'm wondering, you know, this is the wrong end anyway. Why did I buy that end? Let me go check and see if I have another end. If this is just the bad section, then I might have made this whole junk section of good extension cord good again. Alrighty, well, Matt's impulsive plug buying has paid off finally. We have sourced both a male and a female plug. That's cool. But will it blend? No, just kidding. Will it ohm? We've got our thing set to ohms, make sure it's audible, so that way you guys can hear it. Alrighty. We're gonna go, this is gonna be a little tricky. Let's see here. Green to green. Alright. Black to black. White to white. Yay! Alrighty guys, well look at that. We got a good section from our junk extension cord. I knew that good extension cord was, or that junk extension cord was good. Boom. And this is the expensive shit too. This is the oil water resistant, yeah, it's the nice flexible stuff too. This is the cord that I like to buy. But yeah, sweet. So most likely the rest of this is good now. Now that we got the bad section out with the cord or the plug, and I bet you it's just right by the plug. I don't know. I bet you somebody just because when I pulled it out of the dumpster, it didn't have a male end or a female end on it. So I'm assuming somewhere along the line, it got caught on something. So, yeah. Let me grab some zip ties and we'll put some ends on these. Cord is made and plumbed and secured. Get a little bit of dangly dangle, but I don't think that's going to be an issue. But that kind of holds on in there. But it's all routed up, nice and secure. I just fueled this thing up about halfway. This thing's got a massive tank on it, by the way. I'm not quite sure what size, but it's got a big tank. Alrighty. Well, we at least got our lights plugged in. At a later day, we will work on getting the air compressor plumbed in. And that same time that we're plumbing it in electrically, we'll also do it with the air. So we'll get a solid air line all the way over here with the pigtail that goes over to my press, and then we'll also have a just another outlet quick connect as well for my little curly short hose for like an air gun. So once we cut the hose, we need to be able to clean it out, which is what these brush sets are for. They're to clean out the inside of your hose. So before you put your fitting on. So let's go ahead and fire it up. Let's go see how loud it is. It's actually pretty quiet. I mean, it does rattle, which I figured it would. It sounds like it's... There we go. There. I mean, that's not too bad. It's better than having it sitting in here running with an exhaust extension going outside, cutting a big hole in the trailer. And then it's also better than wheeling it out every single time. So I'm happy with that. So once we get it, well, let's go ahead and at least plug the compressor in. Can we? We can't. We can. We can. We just gotta a little extensification. Let's not plug that in. I've got a brand new extension cord right here. This is a good brand new one. We like the good brand new ones. Okay. That's plugged in. Now, how do we turn this thing on? Oh. Alrighty guys, we are all done out here today. I appreciate you guys for watching. Make sure to subscribe and do all that good shit. Yeah, I'll see you on the next one.